Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. Cindy here from CLB Craft Creations with day 8 of our holiday card series featuring the Flurry of Wishes stamp set. This is the second card in this week's set, and we're doing basically a tone on tone if you think about it. This is basic gray and we're doing some silver embossing. So let's get started. I am going to start with just a scrap piece of basic gray, and I'm going to hit that with my embossing buddy and bring in my Versamark, and I'm going to use the largest snowflake in that set. And I'm going to use the coordinating punch. So when I'm going to stamp this, I'm just going to make sure that the bigger part of this snowflake is facing down so that it'll be easier to line up with my punch. Okay, so then I'm just going to go over here and just press that down. Now you may want to use a mouse pad or the Stampin' Pierce mat to give this one a little bit of extra cushion. For some reason mine in the center here doesn't seem to stamp fully. I got it to stamp fully on this one, so alright. I am going to go ahead and actually emboss this. The other pieces are also going to be embossed, but I'm going to go ahead and emboss as I go just because I don't want the Versamark to dry. So keep it in this tub. Just going to do some silver embossing. Okay, get that out of the way. And I'm just going to hit this with my heat tool real quick. Okay, I'm just going to set this aside for right this second, and then I'm going to bring in my layering piece, which is also basic gray, which is cut at 4 by 5 1/4, and I am definitely going to cover that with my embossing buddy as well. Okay, and now I'm going to take the larger of the two stamps. Now remember, in the video earlier this week I did show you that they do come together, but I cut mine apart just so that I have more versatility in stamping. They go back together easy enough, so it's not like I can't use them together. So I'm just going to go ahead and stamp this up, or ink this up in the Versamark, and I'm going to try and go as random as possible. So we're just going to stamp. I think that's good enough actually, and I'm going to go ahead and get that covered in the Versamark, but I'm not going to heat it up just yet because I'm going to stamp also the sentiment. Okay, stick that in, roll the powder across it. Okay, I'm just going to set this aside for a second, and then I'm going to bring in a strip of vellum. This is cut at 3 3/4 by 8 1/2. You don't need to leave it that long if you don't want to. It was just easy for me to cut it that way, and so I cut it, and then I'm going to fold it around the back. So you definitely want to make sure you have enough to fold around the back. Alright, so now I'm going to take this, and you probably can't even barely see this, but I'm going to go ahead and center the Merry Christmas in the center of that vellum. And then I'm going to get that into my little bowl here. And I didn't actually center that at all, which is another reason why I like to have it extra long. Now I do have some on the back here, so I'm going to try and get off because it will show through when I heat it. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and heat this up. With the vellum, it takes very little time to heat up. So I'm just going to hit it real quick and move on. Okay, so that's that piece. And now I'm going to bring in my background piece. All right. Okay, and we're actually almost done. I love when quick cards come together. I was thinking this would also look really pretty on black, but then I thought, I don't know how many people would actually want to send a black Christmas card, but maybe thank you cards. So you could do that with, or birthday cards. Okay, so back to the card. I'm going to take my coordinating medallion punch, actually, and I'm going to go ahead and just punch out this piece. Again, lining that larger petal. Okay, and I'm just going to give that a punch. And then bring in our card base, which is a piece of basic gray cut at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Okay. And we are going to take our piece of vellum now that it's cooled. Now this one I had over to the right side because I stamped this one a little to the left more than the right. I need to put that over to the left side, which is okay because I think it kind of coordinates with it nicely. You can center this if you want. You can put it down at the bottom if you want. I'm going to keep it down here at the bottom. Okay, and then I'm just going to, so I've made kind of an eyeball where I want it, and I'm just going to fold this vellum strip, the little excess pieces around the back. And I'm actually going to secure it. You can secure it with Scotch tape if you have it. I'm just going to take a piece of washi tape. It's going to get secured down anyway. So this is actually the Wonderland washi. You don't have to use washi. You could even just use your snail. It's just to keep it tacked down until you can actually put some dimensionals. Now I'm going to put dimensionals on the back. And because this is, the whole thing is popped up, I am going to, I am going to put some in the center here. So I'm going to make sure that I put some on top of that washi and then onto the card base. Just give it a little extra adhesive, and then I'm going to put one in the center, and I'm going to pop that up onto my card base. Now I would actually put a piece of Whisper White on the inside so that I can write my message. So I would recommend that you do the same. Unless you have a white gel pen and you want to write it in white pen. Purely up to you. Okay, so I'm just going to center that on the front. Now I'm going to take my cut piece and I'm going to put that on a dimensional as well. Just right in the center. I'm going to put that over here to the right. Okay, and then I'm going to take one of these beautiful embellishments. These are the Winter Wonderland embellishments. These little snowflake jewels. And get a glued up. Attach that to the center. Now if you didn't want to put this on there, you could easily just put a rhinestone in the middle like I did with the other snowflakes in the earlier card this week. When I go to mail this, I would put a piece of cardstock in front of it just so that it helps protect the embellishment, and it actually helps make it go through the mail without any additional postage as well. So there is your finished card project for our day 8 of the holiday card series. I hope that you liked this week's projects, and stay tuned for next week's projects starting on Tuesday. And I will be having a Cyber Monday sale, so please check out my blog for all the details on what you can how you can earn free product from me for the Cyber Monday shopping sale. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked today's card project. Subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment. See you soon.